Dufferin Caledon. The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers nor Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to another exciting episode of In Conversation with Alethia. I'm your host, Alethia O'Hara-Stephenson. On this show, I sit down with amazing individuals from our community who are doing incredibly inspiring things. The show will educate, it will empower, and it will inspire you. On this very special episode, I am honored to have three amazing trailblazers from right here in our community. These women are part of the newest Shelburne Women's Cricket Club. So Shelburne Cricket Club, women team. So welcome. It is my honor to have Myra Qureshi.
Hi, Alethia. The honor is ours.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Myra is our treasurer of the Shelburne Cricket Club. And in the middle, we have Nazia Samir, who is the events coordinator.
Hi, Alethia. It's my pleasure to be here.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us. And last but not least, we have Stella Aluzel. And Stella is also a new member of Shelburne Cricket Club, but she's also representing the Dufferin County Canadian Black Association, an organization that partners with local organizations like Shelburne Cricket Club to do amazing things. So welcome, Stella.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Awesome. I'm so excited to have this conversation. We're talking about cricket, an all-women's cricket club in Shelburne. How awesome is that?
First time ever.
Yes.
That's for the first,
Yes.
And yes, absolutely proud to represent women in Shelburne participating in cricket. It's a new thing. So
that's amazing. I remember last year the team had an inaugural, I guess, a showcase event.
Yes.
Where you had two women's team participate, and it was just a pickup game. Can you share a little bit about that event, Myra?
Definitely. Last year we only had one exhibition match. It was like the management, we discussed that all the players that were part of the Shelburne Cricket Club, their wives, daughters, friends, they used to come and watch the men play. So we were like, why are we on the sidelines? Why not just do something, for us to be on the field as well, not just be off the field? So that's when we realized that why not just do an exhibition game. We promoted the game, not that much marketing or anything. We just gave the idea to the local community members and all that. And luckily, we were not even expecting 11 players in each team.
Wow.
But we got 14 on game day on each team. People just showed up to participate. We didn't have any uniform. DCCBA and Trillium Fort and DMC, they helped us prepare, buy some t-shirts, some leggings, and give it to the people there, and we started our first exhibition game between Shelburne Valkyries, which now are in pink, and Shelburne Angels, which are in orange now. Last year there were just white t-shirts, black t-shirts, that was it. And we had our first T10 games, a 10 overs game, very small format, very short format, and but we thought we won't be able to even play the 10 overs because we had some knowledge of cricket, but no one played cricket before. But even in that, everyone were so excited to participate that we had to switch the batswomen every over to give everyone the chance to come on the field and try to play.
Amazing.
The Valkyries were the winners last year. But yeah, we had an awesome time. Not only playing cricket, but the socializing that we did and the community that we get to know and the teamwork and all that. We all had a blast.
Amazing. I love that. And I hear the challenge is on. So Valkyrie won last year, so Angels is on.
We're coming.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So Nazia, I'm going to turn to you because I know for you, you've watched your husband play cricket, and that's kind of your motivation, you know,
Yes.
rather than being on the sidelines. Now you have an opportunity to actually play.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Why should boys have all the fun? We should do something too.
Awesome, love
Yeah.
it, love it.
Yeah.
So you played last year in the exhibition game. What
Yeah.
was that experience like? Because that's the first time that you picked up a cricket bat, is that correct?
Yeah, I have seen my husband watching, like I had seen him playing cricket all the time. I was like, how am I supposed to do this? And I was like, let's just do it. So when they decided to play the exhibition game, and I was like, I'm going to do batting only because I have no experience of bowling and stuff, but we did good in that.
That's awesome.
And especially my daughter was very excited, and she's like every day, like since the weather got better, she's like, Mom, let's do practice for the cricket because I want to play in balcony and I want to win this year too.
I love the spirit.
Yeah.
And I want to come back to our youth participating in cricket later, but Stella, I want to shift to you for a second. So this is going to be your very first time playing. Unfortunately, you weren't able to play last year, but do you have any experience playing cricket, or this is brand new for you as well?
It's both. It's brand new, and I would say it's brand new because I've never held a bat before.
Okay.
And I would say no because I watched my older daughter. She used to play cricket in the private school that she attended. So I've watched a lot of cricket games, but never actually participated in it. So the excitement is so high. So watch out.
No, same with all of us here. We have been watching cricket since we were growing up back home, from Pakistan, from India, from South Africa. Like, cricket is everywhere.
It is.
We have just seen it on TV, know the rules, cheered on the teams, but we never actually played it since when we had the first exhibition game last year.
Okay.
So we were all like, we knew what was going to happen, but we didn't know how to do it, actually. So we all had our practices before the exhibition game. My boys were throwing the ball to me to bat, and my eyes kept on closing. And I was like, I'm so bad at it. But fortunately, we had such fun time. Like, no one was playing it just to win it. We were just playing it to have fun and do our fitness is very important for cricket. So that was also one of the things that we played for. So it was mental fitness, health, physical fitness, and then just to have a good time with friends, families, and community members.
Oh my gosh, that is so powerful, because here you're talking about in a day and age where, you know, everyone is so stressed, especially coming out of COVID, and you talk about mental health and, you know, physical health. And so you're able to now bring together a community of women and young women as well, right, to play the sport, and more than that, take care of your health and your well-being and build a sense of community.
Like this year, our youngest player registered for the women's team is a 9-year-old girl, 2 9-year-old girls, in fact. And yes, the mental health was a big part of it. In Shelburne, I didn't find any recreational league for women. We can see for girls, young girls, men, boys, but specifically for women, and something that they can commit to, nothing too extra effort, or nothing that demands too much time, or like you don't have to go, like the schedule that we made for this year, you don't have to go every week to play a game, because it's very hard for us to take that time off only for ourselves, leave the kids, leave the husbands, leave everything. So we decided that we have only 2 games in June, 1 in July, and 1 in August. So 5 games tournament only. So this is something that we can all commit to. We can at least take out 2 days in a month or 1 day in a month just for us.
That's what self-care is all about,
Yes,
right?
and that's not like, you're not putting an extra pressure on anyone just to, I have to be there every week and all that. We want to take away the stress, not add more to it.
Love it.
Yeah. So and that will also encourage people to focus on their physical fitness aspects as well, because beside for gyms, you don't have anything which you do with your friends, any physical activity that you go beside, like trekking, gym, and all that. And not everyone is for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So sports is one of the main thing for us to bring the women together of the cricket community and have fun too.
Perfect. I love that. And, you know, earlier Nazia touched on the fact that her daughter wanted to play. Yeah. What impact do you think it's going to have on her, the fact that, one, she's able to play with mom, but also to see a women's cricket team, a sport that's predominantly, you know, dominated by the men. What impact do you think that's going to leave on her?
It's in recent time, like it's not to limit only one, like it's not a limit to men's only. I think it has to be opportunity for everyone. So and not limit to any age, like everyone can play, like little girls, then women's, all can play. So like she's always watching her dad is playing, but now she's watching her mom is playing. So she's like so excited. Like she got chance to play in women's team too. So she's like, yeah, like I can play as a, like she saw her father playing in the team, so now she's like, I have my own team now, I can play, and she wants to win. Yeah.
I love it. And on the contrast to that, you know, Stella, you know, what impact do you think this is going to have? You watched your daughter play cricket, and now you have the opportunity to take up the sport and play. Yeah. What impact do you think that's going to have on her and the rest of your girls?
Yes, when I told them I was going to join the cricket, or I was on the Shelburne Cricket Club, I said, yeah. And before you know it, all of you are going to be in the club. He said, okay, we'll see. So it's a challenge. Yeah. Not only for my girls, but other female friends that I have. I've already invited a few to come for our games to see what goes on, and I'm sure with just one visit.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Like with us, we were involved by watching it, watching our husbands, our sons play, and then we just got hooked to the game, and now we are involved in the field too. And coming to your topic about this sport being predominantly male, it is now, but it wasn't like this. The first ever Cricket World Cup happened between women's team.
That's
the
incredible.
Men's were nowhere.
Did not know that.
And secondly, you know how the cricket action, the bowling action, it's like this over the arm. Before, back in the 16th century, it was under the arm. And then when women started playing, they had their hoops and their Caroline skirts. So they were not able to throw the ball under the arm. They threw it over the arm, and that changed the rule. Now, in the late 17th century, the rule changed, and now all the bowlers have to bowl over the arm. So we had our, we had our emphasis on the game, our footprints on the game since the beginning of history, but it just got lost, and it became a more predominantly male man. But now it's coming back, the cricket in women, it's like, it's way more advanced and way more popular now.
Well, that's great. And this is what the show is all about, right? Talking about education, right? I did not know that the game of cricket changed because of the role that women played. So that is a powerful statement. Thank you for sharing that. Nazia, over to you. How do you see the role that women is playing now in the sport? How do you see that changing the game of cricket going forward, especially right here at home?
Like all the women are coming out from their houses, they started playing, so it's increasing their interest in the cricket. So it's inspiring them too to come out and play and get experience. So, yeah.
Love it. And Stella, over to you, same question.
Yes, I think in our community, for instance, we are far from so many activities. Like from this, we all came from, most of us, if I may say, came from the city where we had other activities to do. But in the Dufferin County, most women, I believe, will enjoy coming out to the cricket games, because we can mingle, you take out the mental aspect.
Yes.
And then the physical exercise that you get.
I love that. You know what? We're going to pick up this conversation right after the short break.
Okay.
Thank you for watching In Conversation with Alethia. I'm in the studio with three incredible women from the Shelburne Cricket Club women's team. We'll be right back with Shelburne Cricket Club women's team, Myra, Nazia, and Stella. Welcome back to In Conversation with Alethia. I'm your host, Alethia O'Hara-Stephenson. I am here in the studio with three incredible women from Shelburne Cricket Club's women team. We're talking about breaking barriers right here in Dufferin County. So we're going to continue the conversation with you, Stella. Before the break, we were talking about the impact of cricket and, you know, what it has and future aspirations of cricket right here in Dufferin County. And you were talking about mental health and the physical activity and aspects of the sport. Can you elaborate on that topic a little bit?
Yes, like I was saying before, in this day age, we need to protect our mental health. We need to, anything that we can do to improve our health. And cricket is one of them. I used to play soccer, but compared to cricket, I'm not saying it's very easy, but it's not all that aggressive.
Exactly.
Yes, it's less aggressive than soccer where there's this tackling to get things done. So I encourage every woman out there, rather than stay home and do all the chores, take care of yourself, take care of your health. Your physical and mental health is very, very essential. So I will encourage every woman out there, especially in our community, to join us.
That's powerful, Stella. And, you know, self-care is so critical because, you know, I always like to use the oxygen mask analogy, right? You can only take care of those in your care if you yourself, you know, is well taken care of, if you are healthy, if you're fit. So self-care is absolutely a must. So powerful statement.
Definitely,
and thank you.
I concur with Stella. And the thing is, we give ourselves too much to everyone else, like to our kids, our partners, our husband, our house, our jobs, day jobs, personal business and all, that by the end of the day, either you don't get time or the energy to do something for yourself. And that's where cricket comes in. So you're not just doing something alone, you're doing it with your friends, with your community members, your neighbors, your kids. And it's something that gives you joy. So you're not just playing to win or to have a competition. The competition is there, but you're also playing for your mental health, for your physical health, for your just to de-stress yourself and come and have a good time and socialize and make friends and all that. So it's not just a game of sports. It's like it affects your whole outer being, your whole lifestyle, basically. And as she said, it's not as aggressive as soccer. It's not a very physically, it is physically challenging, but it's not as demanding as soccer, where you have to run all over the field multiple times. I cannot do that. I'm very bad at running. So cricket is a good balance between running and being stagnant, and more about mental strategies and physically doing the game too.
We're going to touch on strategies shortly, but for now I want to pick up on the topic of breaking barriers because, you know, the formation of, you know, a Shelburne Cricket Club, a women's team, two women's team, signifies, you know, progress when it comes to gender equity. But when you think about it, how important do you think this club is in setting a legacy for our young people, especially when it comes to being role models, right? That's essentially what you guys are when you're stepping onto that field, putting on that uniform and demonstrating leadership. How important do you think it is for our young girls?
Oh, it's extremely important. It's very important. Like, first of all, we are very lucky that we live in Canada, where we have the opportunities, we have the gender equality, and we have the platform which is not based on your gender or race or anything. You can, if you are good at something or if you are passionate about something, you just need to get up and just do it. And this is how this club started. My boys, they saw my husband play cricket throughout their toddler years when he used to go to King City to play. And that's how this club formed, because they wanted to join and wanted to play as well. But the only arena that we had for them to play was in Mississauga. And at that time we were in Shelburne, and doing that commute all the time for them to progress, it was very difficult for us. And that's what laid the foundation of Shelburne Cricket Club. So when it did for the boys, then why not for the girls? Because we have families who don't have sons, who have only daughters. Their husbands are playing, but the wives are just sitting, or the girls are just coming to sit and watch. So why not? And they are interested. You can see that they are interested there, because they have been growing up watching their dads play, watching cricket on TV. So they want to be part of the bigger picture as well.
I love that.
Yep, and that's where Shelburne Cricket Club is very important, and that's what we thought about before we started to have this exhibition women game. We were still skeptical. We were not. We were hoping that we had enough there, but we were not confident on it. But the interest that we got, it humbled us. It really did, and that's why this year we are doing a best of 5 tournament. And as I said before, not to stress the women to come every week, but just a game of 5 small tournament. Come, have fun, enjoy. And that's it, play cricket.
Yes, powerful. I love that. And over to you, the same question, Nazia. You know, how important do you think this team is on the role as leaders on our young girls?
Yeah, like it inspired them to like go in some kind of sports activities. So like they get chance to play. They can like share their own experience with the other team members. Like they can get experience from them. So it's like a opportunity for them to learn.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And same to you, Stella.
Yes, I would start from the home because our kids copy what we do.
Exactly.
They when you clean, you see your little one, be it a male or female, they copy you to see what you're doing. So if young girls see us doing this on the field, I'm sure they would be inspired to join the team, and we're looking forward to see younger girls.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and it's not just showing them how to play cricket; it's showing them the teamwork. It's showing them how you support other women in each other.
That is critical, right?
Yep.
Women supporting women is absolutely powerful, and when you support each other, you grow together.
And even if you are playing in opposite teams, but the respect is there. The competition is there too, so you are being ambitious as well as humble at the same time. So it's not just the sport that they're playing; they are learning all these other mental aspects as well.
Love it. Now, I was going to ask you about challenges, but you were able to form 2 women's cricket teams, so I'm not sure if, asking you about challenges in starting the club is a valid question. So I'm going to pivot and ask you a different question, and that question is, what unique skills and strengths do you bring to the table? And I'm going to ask the same question of each of you.
Cricket-wise, I don't know what I bring yet. I just played 1 game last year, and in that I realized that I was able to strategize. I was the captain of Valkyries last year, and I was able to secure that win by strategizing who to send to bowling when.
Nice.
And if this player is not, it's not like in command of the bowling, how to switch them without offending them. So I realized that I can be a good people's person and manage the team. But other than that, I don't know if I'm a good batswoman or not, because whenever someone throws a ball at me, my eyes, they just close. I'm like, that's the whole point, to hit the ball. I'm not able to do that. But yeah, I think that I can bring the teamwork spirit in the team, yeah.
Wow, talk about transferable skills. Over to you, Nazia.
Same thing as Myra said, like we don't really know how to play, but at least we bring our kids. They can see, they can learn. With them, we are learning too. So it's like same experience for everyone.
But there's a powerful lesson in that, right? Having your family, your friends see you getting uncomfortable, trying something new, playing a sport that you've only played once, right? You've watched others play. So there's something that's quite powerful in being able to encourage us in being able to go out in the field, put on the uniform, and play the sport, and having your young girls know that yes, they can, right? If you believe in something, if you want to do something, and young men as well, I don't want to discriminate, but if you believe in something enough, you can definitely go out and achieve it. So I like that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Stella, any skills that
Yes, watching cricket over the years, I realized that you need hand and eye coordination. So I think that's what I'm bringing to the table, like how to coordinate the hand and so that you can really hit and win against the opponent. So my strategy is to identify whether I'm a bouncer, I'm a sweep shooter, or whichever.
I'm hearing some new terms.
Yes. Or a catcher. I'm trying to see which one.
Where do we fit?
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And you touched on strategy, so we're going to go right into strategy. And do any of you have any strategy in mind as to how you plan to outsmart the other team? You don't have to give away all the secrets.
From that one game that we have, most of the members of the teams are returning players from that match.
Right.
So we have an idea of, at least I have an idea of who is good at what. So we are strategizing around us, but all the new members that came, they're all wild cards. So we'll decide on the field what to do.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. And, you know, one of the things I want to touch on too is we talked about community a lot, but, you know, I failed to mention and recognize the impact that you have on our young players, both for the men's team as well as the women's team. You are purposefully going out there and trying to get our young people involved. And when you think about the leadership skills that they're learning, you know, when you talk about teamwork and team building, right, those are some critical skills that our young people are honing on the field. So that by itself is quite powerful. I want to pivot slightly and talk about, you know, what we can expect for this year. I know, you know, in the past year you had high tea, right? And that was another session that you were able to bring to the game of cricket, or the sport of cricket, you know, aside from the competitive side of it. But it's also, again, talking about that community. So can you just elaborate on high tea and just what is that?
I always say that women in the game of cricket, we are not only required on field, but off the field, there is so much that we can do, and we are doing. Some of the events that we planned last year we had barbecue events. We had afternoon high tea, which was very, very successful, and one of my favorite events. Like,
love it.
If you are playing cricket, it doesn't mean that you just have to be in a uniform, come, play, and leave. We have dedicated days for events in which the women just come out, have fun. Like in the high tea, there's a dress code. So it's a very old tradition. Cricket and tea goes hand in hand. And since cricket began, they had tea breaks in between in their larger formats. The Test cricket, it's 5-day format. So they had tea breaks in between, in which the women came out with their fascinators and their fancy gowns or tea dresses and drank tea, ate snacks and all that. So we brought it.
We're going to end on that high note, talking about high tea. So we can expect to have high tea along with the Shelburne Cricket Club women's team for the first time playing this year in Dufferin County. So thank you so much, ladies, for being on In Conversation with Alethia. We're talking about breaking barriers, and all three of you have demonstrated that by being part of the Women's Cricket Club, and kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Nazia, and thank you, Stella, for joining us on In Conversation with Alethia. Tune in next time for another inspiring episode where we bring on amazing community members to share their inspiring conversation with us.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
When an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. During the pandemic, all of our lives changed, and many of us turned to alcohol